Good morning, welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Monday again. It is Monday, April the 28th. We're here to look at the new releases that are being published this week, and on Mondays we look at cozy mysteries. Every day of the week we look at the new releases, a different genre every day of the week, work week. Hope you had a very good weekend. Hope your Monday goes smoothly well. Good morning, Kim. I am so sorry to hear about your boy. Oh, goodness. Keep us informed. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. First up in Cozy Mysteries being published this week, one by Tanya Kappas. 12th in the Holiday Cozy Mysteries, Father's Day Fugitive is the title. When celebrity chef Ted Monroe is found dead on his yacht, throat slashed with his own knife, Violet Reinhammer's sizzling interview turns stone cold, with suspects piling up faster than the ribs on the grill, including Ted's bitter ex-wife, his scorned fiancé, and a town full of secrets. Violet must turn up the heat to catch a killer. As tempers flare and family feuds ignite, can Violet smoke out the truth before the killer strikes again? Colleen Cambridge has a new one in her American in Paris series. Good morning, Emily. Working on getting stuff ready for the day. IEP meeting in 30 minutes and hoping everyone remembers to show up. That's hard to schedule on a Monday, indeed. And Kim, thanks. I just hate it for him. Yes. Sounds like he plays 100%, throws himself into it, no matter what. This is called A Fashionably French Murder. If there's one art the French have mastered as well as fine cuisine, it's haute couture. Tabitha and Julia are already accustomed to sampling the delights of the former. Now fashion is returning to the forefront in Paris as the somber hues of wartime are replaced by vibrant colors and ultra-feminine silhouettes, influenced by Christian Dior's new look. Tabitha and Julia join a friend for a private showing at an exclusive fashion atelier, Maison Lannée. The event goes well, but when Tabitha returns later that evening to search for a lost glove, she finds the light still on and the couturier dead, strangled by a length of lace. The shop manager suspects that her jealous rival, perhaps Dior himself, committed the crime. Tabitha dismisses that idea, but when another body is found, it's apparent someone is targeting employees of Maison Lannée. Meanwhile, Tabitha's grandpère and Uncle Rafe are in the midst of their own design-related fracas as they squabble over how to decorate their new restaurant. And there are strange break-ins at a nearby shoe store, but are the crimes related? It's up to Tabitha to don her investigative hat and find answers before someone commits another fatal fashion faux pas. Rena Moss has a new one. 6th in the Cheese Shop series. This is called Bait and Swiss. Emily says family requested this time. All right. They better show up. Maybe bringing coffee. Kim says, I think I'll start the series after I finish Campers and Criminals. That he does. His older brother did too. Baby brother, not so much. Baby brothers. Helen says, good afternoon. Afternoon, Helen. How is it down over there? It's been almost 2 years since Willa Bauer opened Curds and Whey in Yarrow Glen, and both Cheesemonger and Cheese Shop are thriving in the Sonoma Valley. While Willa doesn't eat chocolate, it's true that life is like a box of chocolates. Unfortunately, life's latest curveball is that Willa's ex-fiancé and ex-best friend, the reason for her chocolate aversion, are opening a chocolate pop-up shop across the street. By the end of the shop's first day, the town's newest reporter is the victim of death by chocolate. Now Willa's ex wants her to be Swiss congeniality, solve the case, and save the day. As much as Willa wants to hit him with the nearest cheese wheel, she can't stop herself from saying yes, and it's not long before tourists decide to stay clear of town until the killer is caught. To save Yarrow Glen, Willa and Team Cheese have some work to do. Cindy Bell has a new one. Moonlight, Music and Murder, 33rd in the Dune House Cozy Mystery Series. Festivals can be murder. Dune House is brimming with excitement as jazz enthusiasts and other festival goers gather in Garber for the summer festival featuring a beloved jazz band. Susie and Mary are excited to be hosting their lively guests, including Mary's kids, but the celebrations come to a grinding halt when a musician is murdered. Susie and Mary dive into the investigation, and they quickly uncover a web of secrets and lies. As they piece together the clues, they find themselves heading right toward danger. Can they stop the killer before they strike again, or will they be too late? End of that row. Emily says, I'm hoping to finish book 2 of the Cheese Shop series today or tomorrow. Ooh, that sounds good. A Spring Day Murder by Casey Hart, first in Skeeterville Christian Cozy Mystery Series. In Skeeterville, the grass isn't the only thing getting mowed down. When 2 men drop dead on their tractors within 24 hours, home health nurse Katie Cross knows it's not just the southern heat doing the killing. The police may be satisfied with their heart attack theory, but Katie's medical expertise points to something far more toxic at work. With her deputy nephew feeding her insider details, her best friend's knack for gossip, and her husband's steady support, Katie is determined to cut through the small town secrets. But in Skeeterville, where everyone knows your business, but not everybody tells the whole truth, digging up evidence might lead her straight to a killer who's ready to add another name to the obituary column. Murder at the Oasis Club by Andrea Kress, 9th in the Massachusetts Cozy Mysteries. And this one knows how to strike a pose. Private investigator Amanda Burnside is drawn into the case when her sister's boyfriend, the club owner, becomes a prime suspect. Teaming up with Lieutenant Brendan Halloran, she must navigate a maze of political rivalries, personal vendettas, and dangerous gang threats. The stakes rise and suspects multiply: a political opponent, a disgruntled stepson, a mysterious stalker, and more. Amanda's investigation takes a personal turn when her sister and the boyfriend vanish. With time running out and danger lurking in every shadow, Amanda and Brendan must unravel the truth before the killer strikes again. Birthday Murder, 8th in the Jim and Ginger Cozy Mysteries by Arthur Pierce. When Jim Butterfield throws a birthday celebration for his feline partner Ginger, he expects cake, presents, and friends enjoying themselves. What he doesn't expect is finding a dead guest in his bedroom after the party's over. With their home declared a crime scene and Sheriff Miller convinced of Jim's guilt yet again, the crime-solving duo must uncover the truth while dodging small-town gossip that spreads faster than wildfire. Temporarily housed with a crystal-obsessed friend, Jim and Ginger soon learn that the victim had been digging into the town's hidden secrets, and someone at the party clearly decided those secrets were worth killing to protect. As they investigate further, they discover that several party guests have been living years-long lies. But which party attendee is hiding blood on their hands? Can our detective duo solve the case before the killer adds them to the birthday body count? Murder Runs in the Family by Tamra Berry. And some blurbage by Leslie Meyer. Amber thought she had troubles before her grandma was arrested for murder. Former PI in training Amber Winslow has decided to flee her life in the dead of night, carrying nothing but the clothes on her back. Down on her luck and with no other choice, she heads to the sunny state of Arizona to the luxury accommodations of her grandmother's retirement community. Never mind that Amber's never actually met her estranged and eccentric Grandma Jade. As soon as she sneaks her things into Seven Ponds, a place she technically doesn't qualify for and definitely can't afford, she's shocked to learn that George Vincent, aka the Admiral, was found dead the very night of her arrival. What's even more shocking is that no one seems particularly distraught over the news of the Admiral's death or the disappearance of his prized pet tortoise. All anyone can talk about is a missing Vincent family heirloom, and they're quick to blame Jade for both the Admiral's murder and the theft of the priceless ring. Amber doesn't want to admit the woman she's just met and who accepted her without question could be behind the Admiral's death, and she's determined to clear her grandmother's name no matter the cost. End of that row. Closing the Deal, fifth in the 1448 Mysteries by Kenna Campbell. What do you call a room full of attorneys at a Mardi Gras office party when three are up for partner in the firm? Murderous deniability. Set up in her new office and ready for business, 1448 is missing one thing, a PI license, which the state of Tennessee requires. When a somewhat new to her life sketchy acquaintance approaches her to take on a case which involves going into the Lion's Den, aka law firm, to figure out how an attorney at Stottlemyre and Barron's annual Mardi Gras office party died, her better judgment says no way. Her business associate, Missy, says no way. But it has been a hot minute since she had a big case, and security/life coach stuff is boring. Why did the majority of her clients involve stakeouts for cheaters at seedy motels? Because that's what a PI does. She is definitely taking the case with a capital C. 14 decides that to prevent anyone from looking too closely at her credentials, she will do as her papa told her. You got a black bear in your sights, it's best to make yourself look bigger than you are and make a lot of noise. Apparently, lawyers don't like a girl in cowboy boots asking a lot of questions and acting like she's in charge of an investigation when the police have their own detective circling the shark tank. It may be on to Papa's next bit of advice when someone starts asking her too many questions. If the first bit of advice doesn't work, darling, trip the person next to you and run. New office, new business partner, and new boyfriend. Life is humming along down a happy little path that 14 never saw coming after last year's divorce and near-death experience. But if she has learned anything, life likes to show you who's boss and derail a little engine that thinks they can. And having a client who is a drug dealer when you're not legally supposed to be a detective, that's like waving a buffet in front of her papa. He's going to clean that pig trough out and ask for seconds. So much. Fatal Brouhaha, fifth in the Ground Rules Mysteries by Emmeline Duncan. In addition to her beloved coffees, Sage is thrilled to be expanding her offerings in collaboration with the local whiskey company that is throwing the festival. Looks like this is a cornhole tournament, 4th of July. Okay. And how better to launch their new product than with fellow entrepreneurs? But among the crowd of artists and creators, Sage is surprised to spot Left Coast Grind's owner, Mark Jeffries, who has it out for Ground Rules. The distillery didn't invite Mark, and they apologize, but nothing can make up for the glare Mark aims at Sage and her co-owner, Harley. And that's just a taste of what's to come. Soon Mark incites a loud argument with Harley and is ousted from the property. But later that night, Sage finds Mark's body by the Ground Rules Subaru. She knows that when the investigators learn that Harley and Mark had a history of butting heads, Harley will be a prime suspect. And she's right. But Mark rubbed many people the wrong way, and several are at the festival. Now Sage will have to filter through secrets, grudges, and blackmail to get to the bitter truth. And as her sleuthing heats up, the closing fireworks won't just be the ones in the sky. Last Wool and Testament, 12th in the Knit and Nibble mystery series by Peggy Earhart. Spring has sprung in Arborville, New Jersey, and Pamela Patterson and Bettina Fraser are keeping busy with their knitting group, Knit and Nibble, but it looks like April showers have brought May murders. Fiber artist Ingrid Barrick has just been found dead in her ransacked house, but the fact that she'd seemed a bit troubled lately and had been obsessively dueling pictures of bees has the Knit and Nibbles wondering if this was really a burglary gone bad like the police think. There had been tension with a neighbor who was fuming and sneezing over the ragweed in Ingrid's garden, but allergies don't seem like grounds for murder. As they chat with a local beekeeper, learn more about Ingrid's knitwear designer X, and look into a suddenly canceled tapestry exhibit, Pamela and Bettina are intrigued to find more nature-themed sketches by Ingrid. The question is which of these many threads will lead to the truth about her unnatural death. Knitting tips and delicious recipe included. Sarah Graves has a new one. Death by Chocolate Pumpkin Muffin, 8th in the Death by Chocolate mysteries. Decorations of cobwebs and creatures are just being taken down across Eastport's picturesque houses as the community says farewell to Halloween and ushers in winter with the unique confectionaries found only at the Chocolate Moose. Revelers have gathered on the waterfront for a party at local celebrity Hank Rafferty's ramshackle mansion known as Stonehouse. The home repair TV show star and his guests await a devilish dessert delivery from Jake and Ellie, who arrived just after Hank's body falls to his death from the house's turret's balcony. Despite his show's popularity, Hank was not exactly beloved in Eastport, prompting the police to conduct a homicide investigation. Their number one suspect is the temperamental boyfriend of Police Chief Lizzie Snow, whom Hank openly hit on during the party. Although he may be hot-headed, Lizzie doesn't believe her boyfriend is capable of killing anyone, and neither do Jake and Ellie. Plenty of people had motive to want Hank dead: a disillusioned admirer, a school bully, and a discontented wife among them. Did any of them take the murderous plunge, or is there another ghost in Hank's shady past yet to be revealed? Excuse me. End of that row. The Cornish Castle Murder by Fiona Leach, 8th in the Nosy Parker series. The time has finally come for former Met police officer Jody Nosy Parker to wed her fiancé, DCI Nathan Withers, but their long-anticipated wedding doesn't quite go to plan. As their guests descend on a luxurious Cornish castle for a weekend of pre-wedding activities, the happy couple look forward to spending time with friends and family. But celebrations grind to a halt when an arrow flies off course during the archery session, and they find the body of a young woman floating face down in an ornamental pond. With the champagne chilling and canapes assembled, and an old London adversary brought in to investigate, it's up to Jody and Nathan to uncover the killer before they strike again. Could the murderer be on the guest list? Hi, Cajun. Pop in. One of my favorite series. Pre-ordered. Back to work. Okay. 12th in Murder, She Witches by Kat McGee. What the Ghost Gave Up. When a spectral figure appears in the Three Witches bookstore, leaving cryptic clues, Octavia Grimstone knows her engagement celebration must wait. The ghost seems desperate to communicate something, but what did it give up to deliver this message from beyond? Just as Octavia begins to investigate, Grimstone Grove's beloved flower shop owner, Tansy Bloomfield, is found dead at the bottom of her rooftop garden stairs, clutching a rare botanical specimen purchased from the Three Witches bookstore. The unusual bloom, rumored to have extraordinary magical properties, somehow connects to the ghost haunting the bookstore's shelves. A ghost hunter TV crew quickly descends on the bookstore, determined to capture authentic paranormal footage for their show. Meanwhile, Tansy's assistant, a well-meaning ghost wrangler with glitchy magic from the next town over, steps in to keep the flower shop running while attempting to contact her former boss's spirit. Her unpredictable spells have already turned all the roses into singing bouquets and given Elzadora, Octavia's sardonic cat familiar, the ability to levitate, etc., etc. That was a whole lot of explanation. A Deadly Mansion, 30th in the Witch in the Woods series by Jenna St. James. It's almost time for Gigi's wedding, which means one thing, bachelorette party. Shayla and the gang are headed to Mystery Mansion, a supernatural inn where the walls move, doors disappear, and entire rooms shift without warning. It's all part of the fun, until it's not. When a guest from another party goes missing and later turns up dead, Shayla and the gang slip into PADA mode to uncover the truth. But when one of their own vanishes within the mansion's ever-changing corridors, the mystery becomes personal. With time running out and the mansion itself working against them, Shayla and the gang must solve the case before the killer strikes again. Will Gigi's bachelorette party be legendary for the right reasons, or will the wedding party head back to Enchanted Island one short? I apologize, I didn't click on it. We'll give it its moment. And it looks like there's a hedgehog with wings on the cover. All right. That is all we have time for. Look, there's so many. Look, there's so many. We might have to have an extra day because there is so many. All right. The alarm is about to go off, so we won't jump into another one there. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the darker side of mystery, crime, fiction, and thrillers. Always, if there's time, we'll do more of the cozy mysteries. So I don't know. I haven't looked at tomorrow yet, so I don't know. We'll get to them all, I promise. Hope you have a very good Monday. I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. Have a very good Monday. Kim says, y'all have a great day. I don't plan to move much today. Oh, I wish. That'd be so nice. Enjoy your day. All right. Thank you very much. As the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Om nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.